Hello again. I'm Matthew from thewetpen.com, and it's been a beautiful autumn here in the Pacific Northwest. I've been working on my inks over the past few months too, and in addition to having made some bottles of most of my previous inks, I've also made a couple of new ones. But before I show you the new inks, it's worth mentioning that I also have a new bottle size. I've been using these 50 milliliter bottles up until now, and I think that they're still probably going to be the best option for most people. But this time, I'm also offering my inks in these 20 milliliter bottles. I couldn't help myself when I found these. They just look like cute miniature versions of my larger bottles, and they even have the same cap size so you can still get a pen into the bottle. And they're a bit more manageable if you want to carry around a bottle of ink with you when you travel, or if you're like me and you're running out of space on your ink shelves. And of course, they're also a little less expensive than my larger bottles, but since much of the expense of making ink is in things other than the ink itself, it's not proportionately cheaper, so keep that in mind if you use a lot of ink. If you get my ink release emails, you'll have already heard that I'm going to be traveling out of the country again in a few weeks. I'll be away from the end of November and all of December, so this will be my final ink release this year, which also means that if you're considering buying ink as a Christmas gift or that sort of thing, you'll have to plan ahead a little bit. It also means that I won't be doing my ink advent calendar videos this year, and I'm sorry about that, but it does mean that I'll have a new series of pen and ink travel videos when I return, and I'm really looking forward to making those. Okay, enough of that, let's get to the ink. The first of my new inks is called Madrona. If you live near the Puget Sound or the Pacific Coast anywhere in the Northwest, you've probably seen these strikingly vibrant trees, usually growing on the hillsides and bluffs above the water. Unlike the other trees around here though, the trunks of Madrona trees are smooth and bare, and vibrant orange, or sometimes more red. And especially in the fall, their orange skin peels back, revealing equally vibrant green patches underneath. They're gorgeous trees, especially in the warm light of the setting sun. And those of you who live down in California are probably muttering at your screen right now saying, "That's not a Madrona, that's called a Madrone." And of course you're right if you're not in the Pacific Northwest. In California and parts of southern Oregon, these trees are called madrones, and north of the Canadian border they have another name entirely, but around here, they're called madronas. In fact, all around Seattle, there are places named after madronas. Madrona Park, Madrona Beach, and of course, the entire Madrona neighborhood. And that is why the ink is called Madrona. The name is a quirk of the Pacific Northwest. Let me show you what the ink looks like. Here it is on some Canson Bristol paper. And as you can see, the ink is the earthy orange-red of the Madrona bark, with the bright green of that freshly exposed bark captured by the ink's green sheen. And just like Madrona trees can vary between brown and orange and red, this ink will also vary depending on the paper you use, with tones ranging between a warm orange tone on papers like Midori and a much more red tone on papers like Cosmo Air Snow and Tomoe River. The second new ink is called Emerald City Blue. The Emerald City has been the official nickname of Seattle since 1982, and it's a reference to all of the lush green plants and trees that surround the city rather than the gemstone. And yes, I said blue, but just a sec, let me show you why it makes sense. This is a rich blue ink, a true blue but leaning more purple than green. And it's also a sheening ink, but everyone these days has a blue ink that sheens red. But what's not so common is a blue ink that sheens green, and that is what we have here. This swatch is on Canson Bristol paper again, and this one is on Usari. And here we have some Cosmo Air Snow. On some papers, this ink will produce two different colors of sheen. The green is usually the heaviest, but you might also see a bit of coppery sheen here and there. Those of you who are football fans might understand why I almost called this one Legion Blue, or Blue Number 12. Anyway, those are the only two inks that I'm pretty sure I'm releasing this time, but if you look at my site, you might find another one too, depending on how busy my week has been. Oh, and if you missed the t-shirts that I made last summer, a few of those will be available too. And that's it this time. As always, you can find my website at thewetpen.com, and I do ship all over the world. I don't know if I'll have time to finish another video before I leave the country, but either way, let me thank you all again one more time for supporting my channel like this, even if you don't buy my inks. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you back here again soon with a bunch of new videos about fountain pens and ink. See you next time.